Hello. So, my name is Saurav, and we have here with us Ashrey and also Tejas. We're at the Pagal Store, which is owned by Joe, and Pagal Records by Joe. Me and Ashrey, we had started recording a bunch of songs 2 years back in our living room. And then we started compiling these songs together at some point and sort of released an album called Whoopsie Daisy. That was our first album. And then we got a band to play these songs as well, which is called The End. So The End started playing a lot of the songs that me and Ashrey had started recording. You can see him right here. And 2 years later, now Joe has act like us because it's really hard to see the vinyl covers of Whoopsie Daisy front and back. Alright, so we're here to play the songs today. This is a listening sesh of the Whoopsie Daisy vinyl, and both of us would just be like talking a little bit about the songs. And it's pretty interesting because I would write the songs, and most of the time it would be Ashrey coming over from his work, and we'd be sitting in our living room recording these songs. And as I started thinking about these songs a few days back, I realized most of these songs were just like one takes of like recordings that we would do as like a daily habit of like recording songs later in the night because he would have work like till 8 in the evening. But the energy behind recording these songs were so good, like it was nice. So I think like as our first digital release, we were pretty happy. Not exactly happy, but pretty happy. But to have them pressed in a vinyl is pretty cool. So I think today we're gonna just celebrate it by playing it to our friends and everyone who's gonna be listening. Huh? Friends and family. Dear friends and family.
We welcome you
Alright, so the first song is called Eighth Note, and as I had mentioned before, I didn't name this song. This song was named by Ashrey. So I don't know what the song name has to do with the song. But since like he used to name all the projects as something that he would be comfortable with, so I think Eighth Note just turned out to be a lazy name that we ended up using for our song.
That's not true because I completely disagree with you on that.
Alright, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't really think about it. Alright, no. So what is Eighth Note really?
I don't know like, about that, but then I had named it Saurav and Me Appreciating Eighth Notes.
Okay.
You chose to pick up eighth notes.
Eighth
from
Note.
that.
Yeah, I'm lazy. Like I was like, I mean,
Appreciating eighth note. That's a verb.
it's so hard for me to name my songs these days. I mean, these days I just pick names from the lyrics and name them.
Yeah,
But I think naming a
What's up,
song
though?
is a lot harder than I thought it would be. But I mean, what's in a name really, right? So anyway, we're gonna play Eighth Note now, and let's chill out. All right, so that was eighth note. Ashrey, what do you have to say about eighth notes? Actually, I don't think we should go back to any of the songs. We should just move with the songs. All right, but as this song was playing, I just realized that a lot of people don't know that a bunch of the songs from Whoopsie Daisy was simply just recorded by me and Ashrey, and the band came in later to play the songs. So most of like side A was recorded, I think, by me and Ashrey. Most of it, I think, like almost all of it. And somehow when I was listening to the vinyl the other day, I realized side A is super romantic, like love songs, while side B is like where it gets like mangled stuff, like, like I don't know, like more experimental stuff. Because Aditya also came in and then finished a bunch of the songs that we have on side B.
Yeah, and Aditya is what, like, his playing is what made us realize that we like these songs have the potential to go in a bit more extreme like direction.
It just opened up these like avenues that
we hadn't thought about it.
We hadn't thought about, and I was simply blown away when he just came in and started playing it. I wish he was here today, but he isn't. I don't know. I think he's on Goa or something like that. But anyway, shout out to Aditya wherever he is. Flux Vortex. Alright, so the next song is Moving Through Time, which is incidentally my favorite song. Actually, my favorite song is the Lazy Mind.
Decide kar le, please.
No, Lazy Mind is my favorite song, but Moving Through Time is also one of my favorite songs because
how can you have two favorites? That doesn't work.
I mean, favorites keep changing, right? Like it's like, what's your favorite color right now? It keeps changing.
You can't do something irrational.
No, I was actually having this conversation with my mother yesterday, and I was like, "What do you really like to eat? What's your favorite food?" And she's like, "I don't have a favorite." No, she said roti. That was really funny, but she's like, "I don't have a favorite food." But then I just told her this whole thing that favorite doesn't really mean forever. Like you can just pick something in that moment and just call it your favorite because there's so much emphasis
commitment. Do not listen
on
to the words
favorite.
These fuckers
No, that's just intense Ashrey speaking to you. Be all emotional about your favorite, like, which is fine. I get that. That could also be a way, but I mean, it could also simultaneously. That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Do it.
Hit like and subscribe. Pagal Records, Instagram. Don't think about DN. It's only Pagal Records. So the next song is super short. Moving Through Time. All right. I just love this song so much because we recorded it on Ahuja mic. I remember.
Ahuja mic.
And like everything about this song is lo-fi as fuck. Over a drunken night. know. It feels like I'm in one of those radio stations where you play a song and then you just say a story behind it and shit like that. But while moving through what's going on, I just remembered how you had a problem with the whole last line, which said, what were the circles in the sun, red in color. So I meant to say it was red, but it all came out as rad. And he was like, what? And I was like, fuck it, man. Like the whole, I don't know, like the performance was.
I wanted it to be rad.
I'm lazy again, so that performance meant so much to me.
What I know is that you just wanted me to keep the bass high. You know?
To hide the rad.
You were just like, do not reduce the bass volume, because I would always do that.
Yeah.
And you would just be like, no, that's
For moving through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single time.
I mean, you played the bass, so I guess shout out to yourself. In your keyboard. We recorded this whole album through his keyboard and the audio interface through his keyboard. And that sounds absolutely absurd, but it's true. That's what happened.
It's actually the preamp in my keyboard, which was a Roland FA06, and the preamp was trash supposedly, because it had a lot of noise in it, but then it also had like a nice soft like spacious quality, so the guitars are all that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds great, because I remember you got the new preamp and we were like, why doesn't it sound like the old stuff?
The new one didn't sound that good.
Yeah, it took us a long time. So I mean, we're a bunch of amateurs making music. What can you do? Like, it's like anything that sounds good sounds good. Alright, so next song is Rolling in the Groove. Rolling the groove. Rolling in the groove. Rolling in the groove. Because I just end up calling this name Rolling in the Groove all the time.
It's Rolling the Groove.
And what's funny is even in the vinyl, we ended up writing it as Rolling in the Groove. Here, Rolling in the Groove. But somehow it's actually Rolling the Groove, because once again, Ashrey named the song
Sharp Sigh of Deflation by my side. There you go.
Alright. I don't know. Maybe he was rolling in the groove here.
I was rolling the groove. I wasn't in it.
Oh, you were rolling the groove. Because somehow I just end up making sense out of everything. So, like moving through time, rolling in the groove sounds like this big continuation. It's like I'm moving through time and also rolling in the groove. Yeah. But I mean, Rolling in the Groove was, I think, a song that we had experimented with Aditya, because I forgot about it totally. We started using his pedals, which had this tape delay. So the second part of the song has this amazing like delay things going on. That was really cool. Basically, I was saying a bunch of shit on my mic and he started doing shit on his pedal. Another thing I remember about Rolling the Groove is the first time I was blown away by hearing any of our mixes was Rolling the Groove, because I remember Ashrey sent it to me and I heard it and I was like, bro, what have you done to this song? Like, I was like, please, like, thank you so much. I was blown away. And I was completely out of this world. I was like, yo, this is the best song ever. And then he starts telling me, this needs to be right, that needs to be right, and this needs to be this, that. And I'm just like, what is he talking about? Like, this song sounds absolutely fantastic. But this was not the main song that happened. Like, the song that I had heard was, in hindsight, it wasn't like as good as this one, obviously, but I remember this was the song that just changed my whole perception on like what can possibly happen to a song from the start of recording till the end of it. Anyway, so this is Rolling the Groove. Rolling the Groove. A lot of people like the song. about this song. It's like the whole song was literally this. And then this one day, like, we woke up and we were having breakfast, and I'm like, Ashrey, you know what? Like, we gotta do something about this song. Like, you know, this doesn't feel right. And then we tried this whole, like, the say that loop thing. And
then spent like 5 days.
5 more days trying to get. I mean, he did most of the shit.
5 days on 3 or 10 seconds of a song.
Of a song, yeah. And I remember waking up, like, bro, you gotta do this. Like, please, you gotta make it happen somehow. Like, it was so good. Like, those days were amazing that way. It's like we used to wake up and just think about how to fuck with each song for some reason. Like, it was just like a bunch of kids trying to do like different shit. So yeah, it was cool. Intense part is coming now. The epitome. This part is really cool. This part is so. Alright. So that was Rolling the Groove.
Dude, this song made me realize that, you know, if you make something that you are enjoying in the playback,
it's great.
That's good, yeah.
That's good. Yeah, nothing beats it.
It's a very simple litmus test.
Yeah. I feel that about almost all the songs except I think Smooth As You Like that's one song that I always thought was, okay, this is just beyond us right now to really make it as fulfilling as it can possibly be. Because like I think that was one of the songs that we always knew we had to work on, while most of these songs were always like a process. You know how like you write a song and you think a lot about the song and then it becomes something, but a lot of these Whoopsie Daisy songs were always just like songs that we were trying things on instead of thinking about it. So I don't know, at least for me, I used to always feel the place that it reached was in itself like a part of the process for most of the songs.
I mean, वैसे तो मैं मतलब जिंदगी भर criticize कर सकता हूँ. That's like I'm A at.
I can't really criticize any of these other songs except Smooth As You Like, because I just feel like, yeah, like it was just part of that process. You know, like how when you're doing something in the process and then it becomes one thing and it's just gone, you move on.
No, I don't get it. But I hear you.
For me to like listen to these songs, like right now, for me to listen to these songs, it doesn't make me feel the way I used to feel about them when we were making them. Yeah, because like that used to be another feeling itself.
Like, I get reminded of like the headspace I used to be in when we were working on these songs.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best.
That's pretty cool. I can't. Like last time I was having this conversation with my friend Maggie, and I was like, it's so hard for me to think about the past. It's really hard. Like it's simply so hard for me to like remind myself of the past.
Acha, you're moving forward.
Like I'm either in the future, like present is what I aspire to be in, but it's so hard. But past is something that I just simply don't register in my head, and it's just weird for me to like. It just doesn't happen for me to be in that headspace ever. So for me listening to these songs, I don't even feel like we made these songs or anything like that. It's just like I'm listening
Anymore.
to just like I'm listening to songs really quick.
Like now you put so much thought into songs.
Yeah,
But that time it's like fun.
just happening in itself, right? Yeah, recently I was watching this interview of someone also where he was saying that it doesn't necessarily need to be a lot of thought also. Like it's a very misguided idea that
You trust your instinctual like.
yeah, just shit happens and people often think that you need to think a lot about your songs. That's when it's a good song and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I also personally don't agree with that. Anyway, they just with your meal. Have another meal.
Song, new dish.
Alright. Lunch party. The end. At Pagal Store, Joe is also here with us. Shout out to Joe. This guy. Alright, next song is Make Out Fuzz Tapes. This song is in particular
That's him.
inspired by this band called Make Out Videotape. And I wrote this song and I was like, you know, videotape. Like was because like a lot of makeup videotapes have nothing but drums or anything.
Yeah, fuzz on everything. Everything.
I had made the song like one of Makeout Videotape song, and I ended up naming the song Makeout Fuzz Tape simply because I was so inspired by this band called Makeout Videotape. And another thing I remember about this song was the whole line where I say Monday blew over the sky, I watched it go, something like that. And I was in JNU, and there's this spot there and the sky was really blue and stuff like that. It's like I remember specifically writing this and sending a text message to someone and then just like writing a song, same lyrics. So sometimes when you're texting someone, you're also actually writing a song. That happens to me. Like I text someone and I use the same thing as song, because I don't know, I think texting can be a lot more creative than we. Our friend Yash made a really cool video for this song. and it's on YouTube. It's one of our best videos, and you should check it out. Yeah, shout out to Yash, who's also in Goa. All our friends in Goa. I don't know why, but that's the deal. Yeah. There was this one song. I forgot the name of the song, and that also had like the same kind of vibe where he's just playing like the tom, and then there's like full guitars fuzz going on. That's also a really good song. I think that's a better song. All right, so we are done with side A. Enter experimental phase. B side. I had no idea about the hype with like B sides. Like it's like a whole thing apparently where A side and B sides.
The dubs. The B side is the dub.
Yeah. Also, like people put like the less popular songs in the B side. Apparently, yeah, that's like a thing. Like, so A side has all like the more radio commercial hits, and then B side has the more like
Low key.
low key shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of people consider particular songs to be B-side worthy,
Oh shit.
which is like a thing. I like our B-side a lot.
Stream both for your favorite.
Dude, you know, it just hit me that like what we used to do is we used to make a nice clean song, and then we're like, what do we do to
Fuck it.
completely fuck it up?
Yeah.
That's the question now. No, that's okay.
That's one formula.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so many of our songs were literally just that.
Literally just that.
Yeah.
That's all we wanted to do is like fuck this up.
Yeah. Which I think is great also. I mean, I still have that like in me.
Like we made
Yeah.
a great decision with it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, clean songs have its own vibe. Nowadays, I end up
Songs are
feeling that okay, some songs are supposed to be clean and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I'm like,
I feel like some minds are pretty clean.
I guess,
My
yeah.
mind is fucked up, bro.
I feel like most minds are clean. I don't know. I feel like most minds are clean, or maybe most people want a clean mind.
Most people
Well,
want a clean mind.
Yeah.
So you can also make clean music.
I can,
You can just make a fucking.
but then
clean
that's
album.
boring, right? Like, 'cause that's easy
You should
shit.
make one like clean sound.
Clean, the acoustic
Hi-fi
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just to
definitely.
prove it.
I mean,
I
Ashrey
know what
was.
the fuck I'm talking about. Like,
Do it.
everyone needs like a proof now. Like, oh, you can do this.
You can do this. Yeah. I've also
Can you
felt
do
this way.
this?
It's like people who make a bunch of lo-fi music, everyone just like they don't know how to make a whatever high fidelity sounding record.
Yeah, this is the time.
So like now
Make, like,
let's
a
just do it.
high-fidelity DN album.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I mean, that's the whole idea. Check out next up.
Only to like piss off the people who would want to doubt the abilities of fucked up human beings.
But I also feel it's the other way. Sometimes people who also can't make hi-fi music end up saying that I only like lo-fi music. Like, that's also a thing. Like, it's not totally just like the other way. So
yeah, fuck those people.
I mean, fuck nobody. Fuck nobody. I feel like people with lesser gear will inevitably make like lo-fi
That
music.
is totally. I don't believe that at all.
Okay.
Because they want to gear you guys.
What is really hi-fi music or lo-fi music? I mean, like, it's such a debatable like idea. People constantly debate about this shit.
With how much precision can you hear the separate elements in relation to the like song, like the entire piece? Like, you know, do you need precision of an individual element if while you're like going through a journey? Like, do you really need to know that like a tree is a popular tree or like a pine tree? You can just be like, it's a tree and it's pretty cool, and like, you know, that the smell of the pine tree might be like, hey, you know, like you're with a girl and it's like, wow, like this is making me feel very nice, and then it's a different thing altogether. But then if you got caught up like, this is a pine tree and like this is how it's grown, this is the altitude, and then the girl's like, fuck, this guy's like really nerdy and I don't want to like what do you want in life? That's the question, like, you know.
No, I was actually.
You can be the same guy. You can be the same guy who does both.
That's true. But I was actually.
But it's a choice, is what I'm saying.
You're in a romantic mood and you spit a fact about pine trees. And you're like, yeah, that's cool.
But I can also.
Pine forests are really warm, but you're just kissing.
Yeah.
Shit get up.
No, sorry guys, but I was thinking completely from a whole digital analog like point of view, because like the whole idea of making music in the computer gave you this ability to be precise, so it became like this whole obsession to be precise in the first place, while back in the day when they were recording on tape, like they just didn't have the luxury to be as precise as it gets
Yeah.
right now.
But they were doing it at their best. Now, like, you have so much equipment. Like, say, now
I feel
band
it's
has
the
so much-
same. Like, I feel like nothing has really changed. It's just the same shit that like some people know how to use gear, some people don't know how to use gear, but all the musicians, they know how to write a song. So some songs will have like, you know, a shittier sound.
No, but what about like the whole wow and fluttering effect and shit like that happens on the tape that can never be sort of like emulated? Yeah.
Who cares?
No, in the sense like in a digital recording, you'd hear that and you'll just be like, oh, I don't want this, so let me just make a better one or like clean that shit up.
And like everyone wants to listen to the song. No one wants to listen to a piece of gear. I want
That's
to listen
true.
to the person.
That's true. I'm totally on your page, but I just feel like the whole idea of being digital is like playing a huge part in just wanting to be so precise in the first place.
I think it's just efficiency.
I think it's not true. Nobody is as precise as they think they are. It's just not possible.
No one is as precise as they think they are. I don't know. Maybe like Elon Musk is
It's
precise.
just some. No, I don't think so. It's just like a bunch of people who want to be John Mayer. They think like it's all precise shit. I don't think so, man. John Mayer may play a lot of shit really well, but he can't play a lot of other shit also that probably Jimi Hendrix could play. And Jimi Hendrix was never about precision.
But that's a bad example because John Mayer is like
He's pretty good. No, I'm not even saying he's not good. I said people who want to be John Mayer, not John Mayer himself. So, but people never try to be Jimi Hendrix because it's almost impossible to be Jimi Hendrix in the first place. Like that's something that people say like universally. Anyway, whatever. This is turning out to be some musical debate.
Time, guys, like enjoy.
Debate. Anyway, the first song from side B is my favorite song all time. This is the only song that I've liked on Spotify as like part of my playlist, and my playlist is like a religious space. I don't know if all of you guys like
Interreligion.
no. Think of their Spotify playlist as like a religious space. You know, this is a song I'm gonna like, and you know, like it means a lot to me because I'm like super particular about my Spotify playlist.
Yeah, you use Spotify like.
I do use Spotify. Yeah, I'm a Spotify junkie. Yeah, SoundCloud rappers, hit him up. ASAP Menon in the house. Beat makers, producers,
Get you on the map.
whatever. Should I play the song? Yeah. Okay. Fuck. My favorite song. love how this song starts. Like, tell them that how like the two synths that are going in this song, and this is such a great testimony of the overall collaboration that me, Aditya, and Ashrey had. It's like all the guitar parts are being played by me, but you can hear two synths going simultaneously different. One is the loud thing,
The watery, like bubbly kind of sound. And
Yeah.
there is the other one, which is the
extremely harsh, like the noisy harsh.
that rotating kind of
Yeah, the thing.
wheel.
Yeah. So the way I perceive this song is like I'm just there chilling while I have these two guys like doing their thing, but it's so like clearly visible in my head to hear the elements separated, because the song is literally just like three things playing with each other, which is essentially why it's my favorite song. And I've always appreciated the collaboration that me, Ashrey, and Aditya has. I always feel it's magical as fuck for some reason. Yeah, so this song has always stood out for me like as like whatever, a testimony of the collab, like in its truest form. This song, so this song was, I named it Introducing a Lazy Mind, because me and Ashrey used to live together in Gurgaon, and we had a third roommate, Maji Marujo. So I remember like this one time we played the song, he was just chilling out there and I saw him and I was like, I feel like Maji's mind is this song, you know, like it's just that lazy mind with all the chaos happening inside it, but the whole vibe of the song is so chill that we always think this guy is so chill, but inside there's this whole chaos happening. And like he's such a lazy person, in my opinion, that I would always like think, this is a song like which is a Matt J's mind, like lazy mind. All right, Arpan is here. Arpan also plays with us. So now we're in our fifth song, Smooth As You Like. Yes. So Smooth As You Like is our big number. This is like Smooth As You Like is the most in the album. Before like the end happened or before any of the recordings happened, me and Ashrey were still playing our songs as like a duo, and Smooth As You Like long time back. So we were already playing this song. We got down to recording it. We had a bunch of ideas in our head to do it, and I remember like it was just a song we were stalling because it's like one of those things when you already know a song, recording it, at least in my opinion, becomes this whole process. Like recording for me is fun when it happens very intuitively while you're just sitting there and recording it. But Smooth As You Like was one song that we always knew that we had to record, so we were just like stalling it.
So basically, Smooth As You Like is the song which has been given the most thought.
Yeah, I mean,
Technically.
yeah.
Song producing.
So it's not our favorite song, but for some reason.
It's everyone else's favorite song because they want to hear the most arranged and finished. It's not my favorite song. Well, it's really weird to say that about our own songs. Like, it's not our favorite song. But yeah, I remember I played it to one of my really good friend and he's like, bro, this is my favorite song. Like, because it's the most finished one. And he said Lazy Mine was the worst song. It's like absolute chaos. I was like, what? Like, what are you saying? But I think
Worst. Straight up.
Describe what that song is.
but it's I'm like it's the whole. But Smooth As You Like is more like the crowd favorite. So for everyone who's writing songs out there, I feel like just give a lot of thought if you want your songs to be liked by other people. Top 100, yeah. If you if you wanna hit the chart toppers, like Wild City recommendation or something. If you wanna get a vinyl pressed by Joe, like you should like put a lot of thought in.
Definitely make something like Smooth As You Like.
Smooth As You Like, yeah. This is your song of reference for some reason. Alright. The last second song, so we're just gonna play it.
Second last.
Yeah, like the second last second.
Last second.
Inverted. It's singy.
From the start to the end, you can sing it. That's what's really cool about it. You can't really go to sing it like it.
You can't sing Cokehead. Yeah, that's true. Also, like, I think the immediate inference is the Doors. So people have already heard, like, that
I'm proud of this melody.
the bossa nova beat. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like, I was inspired by the Doors song. Like,
But also, if you think about it, this melody was made in Vijayanagar.
Vijayanagar. Yeah. DU campus stories.
DU
What? As you light up the sky. So come inside and paint the color white. inside, trying to make it right. Yo, I just remember this thing when you said Vijayanagar, there was like this Doors poster right above your keyboard. So everything about this song is the Doors, literally. Jim Morrison and his gang made a song for us that we just lifted like from somewhere. No, bro, every guy who I played this song said, "Oh, Doors." I'm like, okay. Yeah, that. What is that song? Ding 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 ding. Da 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 da. Wake up to the other. Wake up to the other side. Yeah, just like the intro. Yo, you can get the mic if you wanna say something. Alright, or like this mic. You wanna talk about Summer? Cause that's like the last song.
I mean, I didn't write it, but like, I love playing it. It's the best fucking song to play live. And yeah, the last part is some of the best shit I ever heard.
I think Summer's.
Thanks, man.
I mean, if I have to seriously think about it, I think like we were recording a lot of these songs, and the last song that we ever recorded before we released Whoopsie Daisy was Summer. And it's really funny that I think for an album peak to happen, that was the song. Like when we finished that song, we were like, okay, we're done. Like we were so exhausted that it's time to just put out all the songs now.
Summer was also pretty intense for the, like, there were a lot of elements that did not fit with each other, but like we knew that like they can. It was like we kind of had an idea of how it's like a family, you know, like it doesn't really seem like it's fitting.
Yeah.
Then over time, as it matures,
It started making a lot of sense.
like, you know, the people and the relationships fall into one another.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty beautiful thing to say. Yeah, but I think like Summer was that song where just like we were like, okay, that's it. It's like we hit like this weird sort of a creative peak, which happens like when you're working on each album. I think at one point you reach that song when you're writing an album is when you feel that, oh, okay, I'm done and now I just got to put these songs out. And at least for me, I think Summer was that song. And it took a long time for Summer to really make sense in my head, but over time I realized that that's probably, like, creatively speaking, the most innovative song that we ever wrote.
Definitely extremely gratifying.
Yeah, it's extremely gratifying. Yeah, listening to Summer just feels like so good. And playing it live just really feels good. We've always played this song in the end. Like, this is a song we end and we just never play anything after it because it just doesn't feel right ever to play anything after it. So I guess that speaks a lot for the song.
Just keep playing it and you jam and go.
It just keeps.
While we were sort of writing the last part,
I remember I was telling Ashrey that it should sound like this thing where the whole thing builds up and then sort of clashes on a wall and just ends on that note where it's just like doom, like, and
Yeah, you were trying very hard to make it happen. Yeah, and
like like I also hate it when people say we're a psych rock band because I don't think most of our songs are psych rock. Never been like a very distinctive
people have been describing it.
quality. I think like a lot of people have told me, oh, it's psychedelic music and stuff.
It's a live band.
There is a bit of it, yeah, but dominantly I never thought of it as a psych rock band, so it used to feel really weird. But Summer,
Tracks like 14 minutes each.
yeah, just like long jams of psych rock music, because like the real psych rock music is insane. Like that requires a lot of like I don't know, jamming. Anyway, so Summer. By the way, the name was, I named this song on this like rat who used to live in our house. So there were a bunch of rats like living in our house in Gurgaon. Houses in our house, and it became like this normal thing because we were in this space where we thought that, okay, you know, everyone who wants to live with us can live. Like no harm, no foul to be done to any living. Yeah.
Tell them how it ended, bro.
Yeah, like a hippie rat, if you call it. But like that used to be the thing. And I remember waking up and always seeing like the first thing I would see is a rat just like pass me by, you know, every day, like just roaming around the living room. And this one time I was just like, okay, I feel like I've started interacting with the rat just like a roommate. I think in the, like, I don't know, most of the songs that I wrote were for my roommates only at the end of the day. Rat being like another roomie of mine. Rat named Summer. I also thought that Summer was also like, I don't know what's that thing where you refer to something but it also has like a double meaning to it, because I was also referring to summer as like the summer season. And right around the time when I was writing this song, I remember I was just like, I would always wake up so late and miss like spending time with the sun. So it was like this whole thing that I was writing about, that I'm also writing about a rat, but also I'm sort of like thinking about summer. Yeah, summer as like a season that I'm missing out on just because I don't wake up. So yeah, so I was sort of blaming it on the rat.
Because you don't wake up?
Because I would wake up super late, I remember, like wake up around 2, 3 and then just never spend enough time with the sun. Because that's what I'm talking about in this song. Like, alright, so summer is coming up, so we're hitting summer season. It's super hot today.
down, takes my house with the sun every day. There is a moon that's walking around the smoke went down. He takes my heart with the sun every day, every night, every single every day. There is a keep smoking down. He takes my heart with the sun every day. There is a hole in my heart where a man that's smoking down. He takes my heart with the sun every day, every night. There is a hole in my heart where a man that's smoking down. He takes my heart with the sun every day.
Shout out to Aditya, Tatu, all the bandmates. I think this is the song we love playing. Yeah, it's the end of Whoopsie Daisy. Well, I think this whole album is a good testimony of like how a bunch of experiments can lead to something. So it would always remain as this thing in all our hearts, as this like whatever beautiful thing. And super glad for Joe to have pressed it, because like now it's in a physical form. That just changes the game. Like there's never going to be a loss of data or anything like that. People will actually have it in their hands. This is a sweet cover which is also designed by Yash, includes photographs by Prabhakar. So there's a bunch of us who's made it happen, and especially Joe, so we're extremely thankful. And I think that just sort of ends Whoopsie Daisy for us, at least from whatever from a listening point of view. Maybe we'll play these songs. What? It's been a while. It's been 2 years. Yeah, but extremely glad that it happened. 3 years.
Music March 2018.
Oh, we're in 2021. Shit. I just kept saying 2 years this whole time.
Did not take math.
Yeah, fuck. Totally my bad.
So bad I can't read.
Whatever. So, what do you guys have to say? Anything? That's it.
Okay, और कितना सुनेंगे बेचारे?
That's true. Whoopsie Daisy is done. Maybe we'll play them live ever if it happens. Come for our show if it ever happens. Until then, you can also buy the records from Pagal Store, and you gotta hit up Joe for that. It's also up on Discogs, I think. So there will be a link that Joe will help you out with. All right. Thanks a lot. That's it. Peace out. The end.